Hello everyone, my name is Jeff, and this is the Sarazanmai Episode 7 review. With me, as always, is Torie.
Hello, everybody.
Alright, so I don't know about you, Torie, but I was a bit lost during this episode.
Yeah, it's funny because last episode they gave us a little bit of background and history. So I was like, okay, we're starting to piece together a story, and now I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, this one definitely had more screen time of the sexy cops than any episode prior. And it starts off, actually, with one of the sexy cops. I forgot that one's name, but it was the guy with the glasses.
Oh, Mabu?
Mabu, yeah. So Mabu is, like, doing some freaky stuff with the otter. And, you know, as many things in the show, it is kind of homoerotic. And we don't really get an answer as to what exactly was happening there. There's some clues throughout the episode that we might be able to piece together, but still not 100% clear.
And that scene is in the present, right? That's not the past scene?
I assume it's in the present, yeah.
Okay.
That's the feeling that I got. I think that's because in previous episodes, Mabu would go out on the town. Well, he did that once, and then the shark guy, Rayo, was kind of mad at him for it. So, yeah, he must be going out and meeting this otter person. And it turns out this otter person, this is the one that's been making these otter puns. He's the one that goes, that it is utterly unacceptable.
I don't know, does that translate well, do you think, in Japanese too?
yeah, I'm sure it does. And he's the chief officer, not officer, officer. Of he's like the technology guy. But he takes the form of like this shadowy otter thing. I guess he's kind of like the anti-Kappa, these otter people. They're like the bad spirits that nobody can see. And in the intro, in the OP, there's a shot of one of these otter-looking things, in the size of Godzilla, terrorizing the town. So I wonder if that's the finale that we're building towards.
Maybe. It's weird. I never noticed that until now.
Yeah. So, anyways, in terms of our main trio, we see the main guy, Kazuki. His life is put together now. He's a confident young man, always smiling. He has a good relationship with his brother, his parents, and he's gonna join soccer with his friend.
Enta.
How
can you not remember these names?
I'm really bad with names,
oh, yeah.
Especially in anime. So yeah, Kazuki and Enta are back to playing soccer together. And then Toi walks across a bridge, and Kazuki sees him, and he's like, "Hey, you should come play soccer with us." And Toi's kind of hesitant, but he eventually accepts, and he's like part of the group now. There's a couple cute scenes where the place where they usually play soccer gets completely trashed, and then they work together to clean it up, and they're all buddy, and
it's so weird, like especially Toi, who's been like super emo every episode and more concerned about himself and his brother, and all of a sudden he's just like happy, wants to play soccer, is okay cleaning up other people's messes.
I wouldn't say it's all of a sudden. I mean, we've had several episodes now where the relationship between Toi and the other two have been developing, especially in the last one. They work together to save Kazuki's brother's life. So Toi has, he's always been selfless, if not for his friends, then for his brother.
Maybe.
And he is deep down a good guy.
Okay.
So I think this was a good development.
I don't think the issue was that I didn't think he was a good guy. I just thought he was kind of a little bit more emo and with inner turmoil that has yet to be satisfied. So I don't see why all of a sudden he's happy-go-lucky.
It's because he has friends.
Is that the power of friendship?
Yeah. Oh. It breaks the shell of emo.
Oh, dang it. I wish I would have known that when I was in middle school.
Yeah, you were an emo with no friends. I was an emo with some friends.
Really? You didn't break through the shell of friendship to get rid of your emo?
No, I'm saying I'm basically like Toi.
Really?
Yeah. I'm smiling and I'm having fun now that I have friends,
Oh, I see. Now that you have friends, okay.
Yeah, so anyways, the whole thing with the spot being trashed ends up being a plot point later on, which I did not expect.
It's one of those things where I'm like, like this whole episode, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What's going on? It's just, I don't know.
What the fuck? What's going on?
I don't know. I'm so confused.
I thought it was inconsequential, whoever did it. I thought it was just later on it was going to be revealed that it was going to be some bullies.
Yeah,
or
some random character that they're going to introduce later.
But it turns out it was Enta,
and
who's been trashed to place.
It's funny because in the intro, or the song that they sing, oh, na, 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 whoever's the main person is the person that's in the center singing, and this time it was Enta, and I was like, why isn't Enta this time? Like, that doesn't make sense. So then when they revealed it was his secret that he has been trashing the area and he stole the dishes of hope, I was like, what? Oh, okay. That's why he's in the middle. Speaking of which, why did he steal the dishes of hope?
I thought it was pretty obvious. I mean, it was because the dishes of hope, they were planning on using the fifth one to get their final wish, and Kazuki was going to let Toi use the wish so that, because he was about to leave town because his brother got caught up in some shit. He was about to leave town, and then Kazuki proposed that they use the final wish for Toi, and Toi would make some wish, probably for his brother to have like a peaceful life or something like that. But yeah, basically something that would allow him to stay in town and have his brother be safer, essentially. And so the reason Enta steals the dishes is so that they can't do that, because to me, the secrets were revealing that Enta was secretly jealous that Kazuki suddenly was caring for Toi.
But that's not very evident in the whole episode, because they're having fun, hanging out, and then Toi talks privately with Enta and says, didn't you want the dishes for yourself so that you can grant his wishes? And Enta says, well, right now he wants to help you, so that's what I want to do. And he's smiling. Like, it seems like, they really want to work together to help Toi's life turn around. And then all of a sudden he's stealing the dishes? Like,
that's called a twist.
I know, but what the heck? He's usually, how should I put it? Usually Enta's thoughts and feelings are very much revealed in his body language and the way he talks and how he interacts with people. Usually he's not that good at hiding things, but I guess he is.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it would have been better if they had hinted at it, at least a little bit throughout the episode. It would have made more sense. But I'm willing to give it a pass because in the context of the show, Enta does, we know he's had a crush on Kazuki, so it's not too far outside the realm of speculation that he would be also kind of possessive of Kazuki. So if I think that's okay.
My theory is because one, I don't know why these guys ever do anything stupid, because it's just gonna be revealed when they steal the butt plug. So I don't know. That's just my own thing.
Well, these are kids. They're not very bright.
I guess not. But the second thing is, every time Enta was doing these acts, he had this like shirt rolled up in a weird way, like he was disguising himself.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, why is he doing that? Like, who would be watching him? Who would be thinking that he's doing this?
It's
stuff?
for comedic effects.
It was kind of for comedic effect, but I think he has split personality disorder.
Oh my god.
And that's his split personality, shirt mustachio man.
Huh. Well, certainly plausible, especially because the show is wacky. But it does seem like it's setting up for an Enta episode, because as we were discussing before, Kazuki's arc is pretty much finished. So now we have enough breathing room to basically develop the other two characters, have their arcs come to a conclusion, and also be able to conclude the story of whatever is happening with the Kappas and Otters. So yeah, it looks like next episode we'll probably be wrapping up Enta.
Okay. There's one other thing that they brought up in this show, and I was like, what the heck? What the heck? What?
I don't know, it's funny.
Why are you laughing at
your reactions, you're like, this thing happened. And I was like, what the hell? I don't know. I think it's cute.
Okay, well, it's when Kyoto Prince Kappa guy's hanging out with a dish chick.
Oh, yeah, that was a weird thing. So, how did they meet? One. And also, what does this mean?
Yeah.
Does this mean they were secretly seeing each other this whole time? Or did they just meet and, they realized they're the only two Kappa left in the world and decided to fall in love with each other? Or what? Could they have been working together this whole time?
I don't know, because the way that he's acting, like, oh, we're a couple. Oh, it's the cutest couple. We're the best. It seems rather new, but I don't know if the relationship before the actual romance is new. And why they've never mentioned it before, and why the Kyoto guy doesn't use her when they go to extract the butt plugs. So I don't know. This is all random.
Well, I mean, I guess it must be new, right? Because they haven't mentioned it before.
Maybe. I don't know. But then how did they formulate?
We don't have to know. We don't have to see that.
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna. I don't know anymore with this show.
Yeah, they're just kind of tossing that in as another mystery, I suppose.
It's more like I don't know, maybe it could just be, these are all wacky scenes that are going on.
Just a comedic scene. No, I'm sure it'll play some significant part because I'm still suspicious about, what's her name? Dish?
I call her
Sarah
Dish.
Dish? Her name's like Sarah Dish. Because the item that she... the item that she picks is always the one that gets... absorbed by the big demon guy. Although, I guess, I think it's because, her show features a lucky item, which causes people to desire that item, and that's why I don't know. I think I was thinking it from the perspective of what if she has nothing to do with the Kapa-zombies? Then it would be more like, oh, okay, because the item of the day is this, people desire this, which is why that becomes the zombie. The one who desires that the most becomes a zombie.
But usually,
does that make sense?
Well, usually, the two sexy cops, when they extract a desire, that usually happens a couple days before or the day before, because they'll say that's yesterday's news and stuff like that.
Oh.
And it'll usually be like a scene that happens at night.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see the timeline.
And I mean, the timeline probably could be just, whatever. Doesn't make sense anyway. But I don't know. I think she's got something to do with it, and it's probably on the bad side. But I guess if she's a Kappa, she's on the good side.
There could be bad Kappas.
That's true.
And maybe this bad Kappa is gonna manipulate
bad
Kappa Prince.
Mama Jamma Kappas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it seemed rather suspicious.
So the other two cops, the sexy cops, back to their story. We see various scenes between them. We see kind of a flashback of them in the hospital, I suppose, the Otter hospital. And I guess the old Mabu has died.
Yeah,
which means
that was the last scene we saw last episode. Right?
Yeah, he gets shot or something. Like there's some kind of altercation at the top of this tower, and some explosion happens, and Mabu dies. And what's the shark's name? Rayo survives. So throughout the episode, we see hints of Rayo saying like, "Oh, you think you could fool me, huh? By eating the old food you used to like, huh?" So, and at the very end, the post-credit scene is like, "Who are you?" And Mabu's like, "I am Mabu." And then Rayo says, "No, Mabu wouldn't look at me like that." So,
but that's a past scene. That's a flashback
of them meeting on the rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know? Oh, right, there was that thing where they said flashback time.
Yeah.
True. Okay, so. And then you see the otter dude pop up and is like, he has a mechanical heart now. You can help something. So it seems like they basically, like, this Mabu guy is like a zombie or something.
Something like
with
that.
a robot heart. So now we're introducing elements of, what do you even call this?
Cyber
Yeah,
something.
like android otters things? I don't know.
Because I thought the cops were otters. Because why would they be fighting in the war that we saw last episode? But they're not otters? Because they didn't know who the otter leader was?
I don't know, but it seems that...
And because they saved Mabu, that they're liable to work for them?
Well, all we have so far, I think, is that Mabu and Rayo, they were in a relationship at one point, and then Mabu died, and Otter tried to resurrect him, but he's not the same Mabu as before, and so now their relationship is kind of strained, I guess. So I guess we'll just have to see where that goes. Yeah, I'm happy that we got to see them dance again.
I know.
And the words were different, right?
Just a little bit. They tweaked it just a little bit.
Like the only reason I realized that was just because of the sound. It just sounded slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was reading the words, I was like, I don't know if I remember reading those words before.
I don't read them at all.
Yeah, but
yeah, I guess they're trying to formulate a plot. I don't know if it's gonna make sense at the end or what. And then again, does any of this make sense? No.
I don't think so. But even still, the plot has been pretty singular, pretty focused so far. And now it seems like it's branching off into different and unexpected directions, which I'm open to it. I'm curious to see where this goes, where the mystery leads us.
Yeah, I mean, we know the show is being wacky and crazy, and that's what they're giving us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what the fuck?
All right, is there anything else you want to say about the show, this episode?
No, not really. I don't know if I like all the kids being cheerful and happy.
You like them being depressed.
No, I like them
and
being
troubled.
I like them having their issues and their differences. I don't like them just playing soccer and being happy and eating dinner with their family.
So you hate happiness?
Just doesn't seem like them.
And well, the next episode will probably flip that on its head, since it's going to be about Enta and how he's very possessive of Kazuki, it seems like.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see some strife, and
that's what I want.
You want some fucked up shit to happen.
No, I just want a little bit of strife.
You want to see a kid in a box get tossed into a shredder, or about to be tossed into a shredder.
I didn't want to see that. Goodness. One last thing. What number episode was this? 7?
Episode 7.
And you said there's 10 episodes, right?
Yeah, it's either 10 or 11. I don't remember anymore.
Dang. Okay. So we're getting pretty close to like ending this.
Yeah. Either way, we're getting really close, and yeah.
I feel like they're not close to ending.
That's true. It does seem like it'll end up being one of those shows where everything just wraps up in a single episode, and we're left thinking, what the fuck was that?
Well, that's no different than the other episodes.
True. Okay, well, hopefully you guys enjoy listening to this. If you liked listening to it, then you know what to do. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
See ya.